Hi, I'm Sean Moore and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're serving up another delicious meal for the summer, but with a twist. I decided to challenge myself with the task of veganizing some key summer cookout staples. We are making pulled pork, coleslaw, and mac and cheese. How does that sound? Great, I'm so excited to explore these options with you, and hopefully these tips will influence your cooking habits going forward. Before we get there, if you haven't subscribed to Cooking with Taste, then take the time to do so. Okay, let's get started. We are starting this episode with a refreshing coleslaw without the mayo. You can use cabbage, but Brussels sprouts will be my choice today, as well as some dates, fresh lime juice, and whole carrots. Dump the Brussels sprouts into your mixing bowl, and let's prep our carrots. You can peel the skins like this, or you can use a julienne cutter that does two jobs at once. I just need the carrots to be roughly the same size as the Brussels sprouts. Coleslaw is a must-have for the summer cookout. Because there's often meat being served, a fresh vegetable is needed to cut the richness of the meal. Plus, there's so many health benefits of eating raw vegetables, such as fiber, vitamin A, C, magnesium, and so on. Just cut your carrots to manageable pieces and place them into the bowl. Repeat with the second carrot. For sweetness, I'm opted in for some dried dates, which will pair so well with the carrots and our dressing. Pick however much you want. I'm sticking with 5. Let me quickly show you how dates look from the inside. Ta-da! The good thing is that you can find dates easily amongst most grocery stores, not just in Los Angeles. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this episode is dedicated to one of my best friends from college, who just turned 30 and has been a vegan for over 2 years. I'm so proud of you, and I want to follow in your footsteps. Let's season our slaw with 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, and a half a teaspoon of fennel seed, which I'll smash. To complement the sweet flavors, we would need some fresh lime juice. Before juicing your limes, I always remove the zest. The zest has so much flavor, even more so than the juice. In my measuring cup, let's squeeze the juice of 1 lime or apple cider vinegar if that's available. Next comes the Dijon mustard and extra virgin olive oil. I'm basically making a dressing. Drizzle that lime dressing on top of the slaw and give it a good mix. Just look at all those colors. If you want to balance out the tartness, you can always add 2 teaspoons of coconut palm sugar or honey. Remember to taste your food from time to time. You want the perfect balance of sweet, sour, and salt. In my case, I can use a little more acid. Okay. This is spot on. Obviously, coleslaw tastes much better after a few hours, so let this chill in the fridge and we can get started on our vegan mac and cheese. I can't wait. For the mac and cheese, or cheese, I love to start with the humble butternut squash. Okay, I'll be honest, butternut squash is a pain in the ass to cut. Only break down this vegetable with a very sharp utensil. Or you can buy butternut squash pre-cut. Scoop out the seeds like so and begin to peel your squash. If it's easier, feel free to quarter your pieces. Just take your time and watch your fingers. Once that's done, break down the squash into smaller chunks and place the contents into a 3.5 quart saucepan, along with 1 peeled and chopped russet potato. Cover the pot with water and season with kosher salt and 2 bay leaves. Boil until the squash and potatoes are tender. Drain out the water, and now we can build the sauce. Give your vegetables a mash and dump in some butter. Vegan butter, of course. The color is already looking cheesy. To the base, we will season it with salt, black pepper, turmeric, onion powder, garlic powder, nutritional yeast, paprika, and cayenne pepper. All of that goes in, plus some Dijon mustard for zing. For extra creaminess, I have plain coconut yogurt, or you can use a vegan sour cream, plus some vegetable broth for texture. This sauce is looking fire. Let's go all the way with a vegan cheddar, which fits the theme perfectly. Give the sauce a stir and taste for seasoning. I prefer a lot of black pepper in my mac and cheese. Do you? For the pasta, it's standard instructions. Only in this case, I'm using a chickpea pasta, which is high in protein, fiber, and it's also gluten-free and vegan, of course. You can find this product in grocery stores and online. Cook until al dente. Drain your water, and for some reason, you're supposed to rinse the chickpea pasta. Just do it. And just like my conventional mac and cheese recipe, get yourself a baking dish. Slather that cheese sauce across the bottom like so. Make sure the bottom is completely covered. Dump your chickpea pasta on top and coat the pasta with that rich sauce. Just because we're veganizing the recipe doesn't mean the dish gets any less love. But we're missing one thing, and I'll show you. I usually make a breadcrumb topping, but let's switch it up with some roasted cashews and nutritional yeast. Pour in your roasted cashews to a food processor and pulse it until the texture resembles steel-cut oats. Add some nutritional yeast for a cheesy profile and blend for 5 seconds. That is your topping. Just coat your mac and cheese or cheese, spray it down with cooking spray, top it with some cayenne pepper or paprika, and bake it in a 375°F oven for 15 to 20 minutes. While the mac and cheese is baking, we can get started on our fab pulled pork sandwiches. I always like to start with an onion for natural sweetness. Chop it really well along with 3 cloves of garlic. Oh, did I say pulled pork? I meant jackfruit, which you can find at Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, or online. The cans are super convenient. Remember to drain the brine. If you never used or even heard of jackfruit, then it's this very large fruit that mimics the texture of pork and receives flavors quite effectively. Squeeze out all the juice and then put aside. In a 10-inch skillet on medium heat, pour in some EVOO and add your onions. I'm primarily looking to sweat my onions, not for color. Season with salt to break down the fibers, and you can add some pepper too. Pour in your veggie broth to slow down the cooking time. Continue to sweat. My skillet is looking a bit small for this recipe, so let's switch on to my brazier pan. Now, let's add our jackfruit to the pan. To elevate the flavor, let's make a spice blend of onion powder, cumin, chili powder, oregano, cayenne pepper, and garlic powder. Sprinkle most of that spice blend into the mix, and let's save a quarter of that blend for later. Add more oil if needed. My spices are bloomed and the jackfruit is developing some color. This would be a great time to add some coconut aminos. FYI, Worcestershire is not vegan. Add some liquid smoke, 1 bay leaf, and more vegetable broth. While the liquid is reducing, we can work on our quick sauce. I have coconut palm sugar, low glycemic, sugar-free barbecue sauce, unsweetened ketchup, and Dijon mustard. Add a touch of liquid smoke and coconut aminos. Taste and adjust the flavor to your liking, a little salt and pepper, and that's it. Grab a baking tray lined with a silk mat. Transfer your jackfruit like so and lay out flat. Distribute your homemade sauce and bake everything in a 375-degree Fahrenheit oven for 25 minutes. This is how your jackfruit pulled pork should look. It looks very convincing. Now, for the people in the back, always toast your buns. It makes any sandwich 3 times better. And yes, the buns are vegan too. Just don't burn them. Remove your buns to a separate plate and let's build our sandwich. I can't wait. Bottom bun, check. Barbecue sauce, double check. Our jackfruit pulled pork, yes. Along with the slaw from earlier, and to top it all off, a toasted top bun. It's the sauce for me. Plus a side of our baked mac and cheese, and you're in business. And that's how I make my ultimate indoor vegan summer barbecue. Enjoy. And just like that, we made the ultimate indoor vegan summer barbecue. I'm quite impressed by how well each dish turned out. And I'll be honest, each dish needs to be judged by its own merit and not compared to its conventional counterpart. I would absolutely make this dish again, especially the coleslaw. By eating a wide variety of whole foods, it will help me be accountable in my weight loss journey. If you like this video and wish to indulge in more creative content by yours truly, then do me a favor by giving this video a thumbs up. Join the Cooking with Taste family. Thank you in advance, and I'll see you next time. Ciao. Oh. Always toast your buns.